Hello and welcome. If you're pouring your heart and soul into a community organization, you know that every minute counts. Well, today we're diving into how generative AI can become your new secret weapon, a powerful content assistant that helps you focus on what truly matters, your mission.
And just a quick note before we jump in, everything we're covering today comes from the first two chapters of the Generative AI for Community Organizations tutorial. So we're going to be focusing on the fundamentals and how you can start creating content right away.
Let's be real for a second. If you're working for a cause you believe in, your to-do list is probably a mile long. Don't you just wish you could clone yourself or at least have an extra co-writer on hand? Well, what if I told you that help is literally just a few keystrokes away? So what is this thing, really? The best way to think about it isn't some complex, scary robot. Nope. Think of it more like your new creative partner, one that never needs a coffee break.
At its core, generative AI is a system that's been trained on a massive amount of data. Think of it like it's read a huge portion of the internet. It learns all the patterns, the styles, the nuances, and then it uses that knowledge to create brand new original content. It's not just copying and pasting. It's genuinely creating something new.
So what can you actually make with it? Oh, a ton of stuff. It can draft that email you've been putting off, summarize a super long report into a few key bullet points, translate your message for different audiences, or even whip up some images for your social media. It is incredibly versatile.
You've probably seen some of these names floating around. Tools like ChatGPT and Claude are just fantastic for writing and brainstorming. And here's a pro tip. If your organization already uses Google Workspace or Microsoft 365, tools like Gemini and Copilot are built right in, which makes getting started even easier.
Okay, this all sounds neat, but why should a nonprofit that's already stretched thin actually care? Well, it all boils down to one simple, powerful thing: giving you more time to spend on your actual mission. And the benefits are so practical. I mean, just imagine saving hours on those routine writing tasks, drafting emails and social posts in minutes, not hours, getting instant help brainstorming ideas for your next fundraiser. You can even personalize thank you notes to donors at a scale you never thought possible. It's not about replacing your amazing volunteers. It's about freeing them up to do the work that truly needs that human-to-human connection. All right, enough with the theory. Let's get down to brass tacks. How can you actually put this to work in the day-to-day world of content creation? You know the feeling? You're staring at that blank page, trying to write the perfect email to a donor. You want it to be personal, you want it to be heartfelt, but writing dozens of them, man, that can just wipe out your entire afternoon. But check this out. This is the AI solution. Look at how specific this prompt is. You're telling it the tone, warm. The context, a first-time donor. The impact, feeds 10 families. And the call to action, invite them to volunteer. You give it these clear instructions, and in seconds, you get a fantastic first draft that you can quickly polish and send. That's a game changer. And that same exact logic works for social media. If you want great results, you have to give the AI a great starting point. So first, what's your goal? Are you trying to raise awareness or get donations? Second, give it the context. Who are you? What's the message? And finally, tell it the platform. You know, an Instagram caption is way different than a post for LinkedIn. Here's another perfect example. See how it asks for 3 options? And it specifies the character count, the tone, and even asks for hashtags. This is how you go from a task that takes you 30 minutes of brainstorming down to just 3 minutes of editing. What about that monthly newsletter? AI can be a huge help here too. You can feed it a long, dry update and ask it to pull out an engaging story. Or you can give it some messy notes from an event and ask it to write a clean recap. It's an amazing tool for getting that first draft on the page. Again, look at the clarity here. You give it the hard facts, 45 volunteers, 200 pounds of trash, and it weaves them into a compelling narrative. You provide the what, and the AI gives you the how. It's that simple. Okay, so you're probably getting excited to dive in. But before you do, let's just go over 3 really simple rules to make sure you're getting started in a safe and smart way. First, start small. Don't try to automate everything at once. Just pick one small task, like drafting one type of email. Second, and this is so important, always review what the AI gives you. It's an amazing tool, but it's not an expert on your organization. Fact check it, edit it for tone. Which brings us to rule number 3, keep it human. Honestly, if you remember just one thing from our chat today, let it be this. The AI gives you a starting point, a draft. It gets you to the 80% mark. But that last 20%, that's you. That's where you infuse your organization's unique voice, your passion, and your authentic stories. That's the human touch that truly connects with people.
So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to chew on. Thinking about your massive to-do list, what's the very first task you're going to try handing off to your new AI assistant? Is it going to be a social media post, a thank you email, or maybe just brainstorming some new ideas? Give it some thought.